Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about selfie verification check on Instacart. So sometimes when you log on to Instacart, you'll be asked to verify your identity, and some people have had challenges with it and has led to deactivation of their accounts. This is a big deal because they could lose a source of income because of the challenges that came from the app. So with that said, we are talking about everything you must know about the selfie verification system on Instacart, what they tell you versus how it actually is, and everything in between. But before we do that, let's go over a quick disclaimer. The content of this video does not contain is never intended to be legal, business, financial, tax, or health advice of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It is advised that you conduct your own research and consult qualified professionals before applying anything you find online. I also want to be clear that everything that we're going to be talking about in this video is very market dependent, and what applies to me and my market may not apply to you. So with that said, let's get started. The Instacart Shopper app periodically asks you to confirm your identity by taking a selfie and or photo of your driver's license. Everyone in your region gets these requests. The verification check helps ensure that you are the person authorized to use this account. It is important that you submit the information from the device you plan to shop with. This system is ran by a company known as Persona, a verification system that operates within a few different companies. This is Doordash, this is Walmart Spark. Doordash in particular has weaponized this system to wrongfully deactivate people, and I have heard stories from Instacart having similar challenges, but they aren't as loud, and because their support system is shitty at best, it can be a big problem. The only times I hear about them doing this, though, is when they lose arbitration or some Redditor gets loud about it. It's crazy, but it's also rare. Tips for submitting your selfie verification check. Temporarily remove your mask or face covering. Center your full face and top of shoulders in the frame. Take the photo in adequate lighting to avoid uploading a blurry image. Make sure your driver's license is valid and up to date. The driver's license is only going to matter for the first time you log into Instacart from the last time I remember. And the way it works is it's almost like it's scanning your face. You look forward, you look left, you look right, and they take snapshots of each of them. I've done this a few different times, almost never have had a problem. One time it took 2 minutes longer than normal, but that's whatever. Your photo submission must accurately represent you at the time you are taking the photo. Taking a photo of another photo is not an acceptable submission. This point is mainly targeted at those who are renting accounts to other people, which is already shady, but that's really who this is meant for. Honestly, I'm glad these companies are outwardly combating account renting, though. A lot of us are just sick of these people getting deactivated and preventing quality drivers from driving. If you still can't take the photo, you won't be able to shop until your account is reviewed. It could also just be your device. That is going to yield the same result, but still. Feels light. I know I'm comparing this to Doordash, a company that makes the biggest deal out of the simplest features, but this should be fleshed out a bit more, no? Like, I'm not the most active Instacart shopper, but I would imagine there needs to be a section about appeals as well, and there's nothing. That said, Instacart is also looking to leave Zendesk as a support and help desk page system, and they are making their help sections exclusive to the app, so that could be a part of it. Nevertheless, though, it feels light. Wrongful deactivations. Instacart, like Doordash, has earned a bit of a reputation for wrongful deactivations from the platform, and coming from a company that uses chatbots and making it harder to contact support than ever, they really need to get their crap together on that. I am getting tired of hearing how someone can change their hairstyle or grow a beard and suddenly their account is suspended or just outright deactivated because they wanted to evolve as a person. Like, imagine losing weight because you're hitting your physical goals and suddenly you'll lose a source of income. Doordash has certainly earned a reputation about this, so don't be surprised if this also applies to you. Potential for arbitration. While arbitration is not as good as suing them, this can absolutely help you. There have been many victories, then they have lost a lot from it. I wouldn't count on it, but it's also possible. Just make sure that you have a case that they can work on. That said, it isn't really a level of protection. Like, it can't guarantee that you will be able to get your account back after being deactivated. A real level of protection, in my opinion, is having a diversified gig portfolio and developing an exit strategy. That way, in the event that you lose one source of income, you still have money coming in elsewhere. That is where the Driven Wyld Discord server is here to help. The Driven Wyld Discord community is exclusive for gig workers looking to expand their knowledge and expertise in their self-employment and entrepreneurial journeys. I've partnered with high-level professionals to bring you some of the most exclusive benefits based on your personal needs as a gig worker. Exclusive professional opportunities and gig postings. More live streams with high-level professionals in our industry. Educational systems to help you build your own dispatch company as well as other scalable opportunities. Driven Wyld is also kicking off their Build Your Own Delivery Service Provider course, and we are changing the game and transforming how businesses serve customers and how gig workers get more opportunities. So whether you're a gig worker looking for more opportunities to earn or an exit strategy because the gig economy is an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal and not the goal, and you would like to see something with more growth potential and scalability, there is something here for you. Check the link in the description to get started with making the most amount of money in the least amount of time and in the safest possible way. We are excited and looking forward to helping you secure your financial future. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.